Hi everyone, Karen Miner Hurd here, coming to you from my my special home office here in Suffolk. And I tend, for those of you that don't know me, I tend to talk about three things. I love brain health, gut health, immune health, skin health, and mindset and business building. Is that five? I have a math dog, but I don't do math very well myself. So I don't know how many of you um, maybe feel like eating is like a minefield. I don't know if you know anybody that's got heartburn, they bloat, they don't feel real good after they eat. They've got stomach aches all the time, or they find that they just a lot of foods that they can't eat anymore. And I'm going to share some tips with you about what you can do to enjoy eating again. And stay tuned, because I've got a little something for you at the end. Now, I don't know if you know this. I mean, if you watch TV and you watch the commercials, you're not, doing this action with the DVR, making sure you're running through the commercials. How many of you are noticing how many of the commercials are about being depressed, being anxious, being in pain, and not having a happy digestion? I mean, you see those ads again and again and again. They're all, I think, have the same root, and that root pretty close is in your gut. In fact, 69% of visits to the doctor are over digestive issues. So if you know somebody who has a digestive issue, maybe it's you, maybe it's not you, but it's somebody in your family, just, drop a Y down there, and I'm going to give you something that's going to be helpful. And if you're watching this on the replay, just do a hashtag replay and let me know. And if you've got any questions as we're going through, pop them in the comments below, or absolutely message me, and I try to get back to all of my messages personally. I remember many years ago when I first started working in wellness, and I'm still learning, right? You never really stop learning. But we came out with a probiotic. This is like in the 90s. And I would have people, I would say, well, how did you like it? Because I had no idea I had no idea what to expect. I mean, I knew they were good for you if you'd been on antibiotics, but that's about all I knew. And I had clients telling me that their heartburn was gone in 3 or 4 days. Like they didn't need their heartburn medication anymore. I had people telling me that they didn't get sick as much, that their skin got better, like all kinds of, they were thinking better. I mean, it was kind of crazy, all the things that were happening to people when they were getting their guts healthier. And we know now, researchers now, it's now called the human biome. It's 10 pounds of your body weight. It's like 10 trillion cells. I mean, it's like this amazing amount of good guys and some bad guys in your gut, and they are responsible for part of your digestive system. I mean, well, obviously your digestive system, but like 70% of your immune system, the chemicals in your brain, your skin, whether or not you gain weight, whether or not it's easy for you to lose weight. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And what's interesting is that the biome is individual to everyone. So I think we're going to be finding huge amounts of information that's going to be an answer for a lot of people. In fact, we just had a story come in where somebody had vertigo, and she had taken, the company just came out with a new, if you want to find out about these probiotics, they're really pretty awesome, a different one. And she had tried it, and I think she said it was the only thing she did, and her vertigo got better in like a couple of weeks. Crazy. And I think they're looking too at gut health and how that's impacting autoimmune conditions. So we're going to be seeing a lot. And I think what makes me excited about it is I think people are going to starting to get some answers for some things that have been plaguing them for a long time. So one of the things too about gut health is once you start on medications for the digestive tract, a lot of times you can't get off. You're on for life. And the other problem is, because the gut health, the gut-brain connection, right? They're now thinking that some of the medications that are being treating digestive issues are a contributing factor in Alzheimer's. So you really want to make sure that you've got a healthy gut. Also, it's comfortable, right? You want to be able to eat lots of good food. So I'm going to share with you a few tips. For one thing, watch your stress. When you're under stress, your body releases huge amounts of cortisol. And that's what prednisone comes from, right? That's what steroids come from. You make them. That's what makes people feel really super strong when they're under stress initially. Is the adrenaline and the prednisone, and not the prednisone, that's the drug, but the steroids. What they do is they tear up your gut. All right, they can really damage your reproductive systems. There's a lot that they can do, but they're going to damage your gut. So, and that's going to make the good guys thrive, and I mean the bad guys. I'm just really having a hard time. Thanks for hanging with me. The bad guys are going to thrive, and the good guys are going to dive when you're under a lot of stress. The other thing, if you're eating a lot of processed foods, and the two go together, right? When you're under a lot of stress and you're just hurrying around, what are you doing? You're just grabbing whatever because you're hungry. Processed foods have chemicals in them that make the bad guys thrive and the good guys dive. So processed foods are a really bad contributing factor to bad gut health. Stress, processed foods, medications, any kind of medications. I think we're all pretty much aware now of antibiotics and bad gut health, but any kind of medication can really damage the good guys in your gut. Lack of fiber. Americans do not get a lot of fiber. I mean, you're supposed to have maybe 30 grams a day. I think the average American maybe gets 8, 9. It's like less than a third of what you need to eat. And it's been debated whether or not you personally need the fiber or the good guys need the fiber, but they thrive on it. It helps them to grow. And what they do is they protect the lining of your intestinal tract so you don't get into like lots of food allergies and sensitivities from bad gut health. They also help make immune system chemicals. They make brain chemicals. They do a lot for you. All right. So you want to, again, just recap. Watch your stress. Whatever you need to do to take care of your stress, it is life-saving. I'm going to do another live soon on how badly stress can damage us, because it's something that I see people suffering with, especially men and women handle stress differently, but especially women. We tend to run ourselves ragged, and we tend not to ask for the rest that we need. We tend not to take it because it won't get done if I don't do it. And what you are doing is you're ruining your digestive health. You're ruining your reproductive health. You're ruining the joy in your life. You can be destroying your skin. You're destroying your immune system. You're increasing your risk for some very, very serious diseases. So watch your stress. Eat whole, clean foods. And you know what? They do take a little longer to cook. They do. I mean, and we've got some things now like Instant Pots and that make it faster. And I think the difficulty in whole food preparation is you're doing lots of chopping, right? You're doing lots of chopping and you're having to plan ahead a little bit. There's some real shortcuts. Maybe I'll do a live if you guys want. Let me know. Drop like a heart if you want me to do a live on shortcuts to whole food cooking, because there's a lot that you can do. But whole foods, really, they're cheaper in the long run. They're healthier for you, and they feed the good guys. You'll also find that you're more satisfied when you eat them because of what processed foods are designed to make you want to eat more. That's why you're never satisfied really when you eat them. The other thing, watch the sugar. A little bit of sugar is not a bad thing, but we eat, I forget, like 80, I think it's over 100 pounds of sugar. The average American eats over 100 pounds of sugar a year. That's incredible. It's an incredible amount. It's hidden in our foods. It's not to mention what we add and all the cookies and candies and stuff. And people say, oh, I don't eat that anymore, but the stores are selling them. I mean, at one point, soda or pop, if you're in the Midwest, was one of the biggest sellers in the grocery store. All right, not water, but soda. So do watch the sugar. Sugar makes the good guys dive and the bad guys thrive. All right, and we don't want that situation. And sugar plus antibiotics is like makes a bad neighborhood in your gut. And then so watch, and if you can avoid any medications, like if you don't need to take a Tylenol or an ibuprofen, if you can avoid it, try to avoid it. If the doctor says, look, you really don't need a medication, you can do it naturally, do it naturally. If you can, and here's the good thing to know about probiotics, because you will need to supplement. I think it's, we're learning so much about probiotics. There's a lot of different kinds of them. There's a lot of different strains. They're trying to understand the roles of each of these. In fact, I just heard, I have a daughter with lupus, as many of you know, and there was just a rodent study that was published. I saw it in, like, it was Lupus News Today, that they think now a bacteria escapes the gut and might be what, you know, flips the immune system so that it attacks itself. I think we're going to be finding a lot of those kinds of answers, which is it's going to be really, really amazing. But probiotics, you are going to need to supplement with them, and you want to look for live delivery, and each strain has its own particular needs. There are some strains that will not survive the stomach acid. They just won't. They won't. So it's very difficult to get them into your gut, and you need them. So you want to make sure that those are live delivery. Some things that people are doing is they're opening up the capsules, putting them in water, and swishing them around in their mouth and inoculating their mouths before they swallow it. All right. And some bacterial strains, good guys we're talking about, can survive the digestive system. You're also, if you're looking at some of the packaging, you'll see something called CFU. CFU. And that stands for colony forming unit. And what that means is that they're going to grow inside you, which you want them to do, right? Because you're not going to eat as much sugar, and you're going to watch your stress, and you're going to eat whole, clean food, watch your medications. The other thing to know is that when you have, did you know you have a biome on your skin? You do. You have a biome in your mouth. Bad bacteria creates cavities. You think you have a biome in your ear, and then a biome in your gut. And so as you are inoculating yourself with good probiotics and good health habits, you are going to be amazed that you're going to be able to think more clearly, get sick less often, be more regular, less heartburn. I've had a number of people get off their GERD medications. I mean, pretty consistently. I'm not making a claim, just saying that tends to be what happened when I work with them, when we work on a gut program. It happens like a lot. And when you're off that medication, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Good bacteria too will help regulate your cholesterol, help your body make more of its own vitamins. The ones you supplement with, you need to, because your body won't make them. But when your body gets good bacteria, it's going to make what it's supposed to make. It's going to be able to defeat bad guys and pathogens. It's going to be able to do, like I said, regulate your immune system, cholesterol, inflammation. It's going to lower inflammation. It's going to help regulate your weight. So focusing on your gut, doing some of these things is really helpful. Oh, and I told you I would share something with you. Tomorrow night, we are having Dr. Richard Brous give a webinar on the connection between your gut health and mental wellness, like anxiety and depression. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. Maybe not everybody talks about it, but a lot of the issues are in your gut. Not making any claims here, because some people might still need to make medications, but let's address some of the root issues and give you some help. Now, that's a free webinar. Normally, Dr. Brous is $25 for 5 minutes, but for us, he is giving us a whole 30 minutes. It's going to be really incredible. He is a chiropractor, a naturopath, a biochemist. We are not charging for this webinar at all. It's our gift to you. We feel very passionately that we want you to have as much information and as much tools as we can give you, so that you can extend your health span, so that you can be healthy as possible, so that you can go through your day with energy and vitality and being able to think. So you're not, running to the doctor because you need a medication because you can't eat this food anymore that you used to be able to eat 5 years ago. All right. We want you to be healthy and to enjoy life. If this has been helpful to you and you've gotten some benefit out of it, please feel free to share it with someone or tag somebody in the post below. If you've got a question, you want to message me. I do talk to people privately. Just let me know. I'm happy to help you. These have made a huge difference in my life. They made a huge difference in the lives of my family. And we want you to be able to be blessed as well. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for visiting with me. It's good to have you. And stay healthy. Live well.